Good morning, class. It is Monday at about 10:40 a.m. I'm recording this video to go over what we'll be doing this week. Now, last week I posted that amended syllabus, so by now you've probably watched the video where I go over what we'll be doing for the end of the semester, along with seeing the new due dates for things and some of the minor changes that happen to the syllabus. But this video will just be an overview for this week because it will be a little different than what we've been doing for the entirety of this semester. So first and foremost is that after I post this video and it makes the captions and all of that, I'll get this uploaded to Moodle, and then I'll post out an email message letting you know here's the link for this video. And then I'll also be posting a crash course video on 9/11 and the 9/11 kind of moment in the world and in the United States and some of the important takeaways from that. And then for Thursday, right, there is a music analysis and response that I highly suggest you do, but it is 20 points extra credit, and it will be on country music and its reactions to 9/11 and U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East after 9/11, etc. The reason this is extra credit is because you all have been doing great on these responses. I've noticed since we've transitioned online, they've actually become stronger, and I think it's because you have the opportunity to do some more research at your leisure rather than having to complete these in class. So everyone is pretty much getting at least a B or an A on these if you are putting in the effort and meeting the minimum requirements. This will be extra credit, so you don't have to complete it, but I highly suggest you do. It's an easy 20 points. There's no reason not to do it. And again, like last week, although I highly encourage you to do it, and I highly encourage you to turn it in Thursday by 11:59 p.m. If you need until Saturday to get it done, then take those extra couple days, right? I'm not going to be too strict on the deadlines with this transition online. But yeah, so moving forward, complete that. And I want us to think about, and you'll see in the analysis and response, these interesting ways that foreign policy and events that occur due to U.S. foreign policy and how that influences music and how music seeks to explain these issues, how it engages with these themes, and all of that. But it will be extra credit. Then, in addition to Thursday, right, I will be live and available during our normal class time like we always are. Now, I will say that the live session, I will not have closed captioning, so if you need closed captioning, just email me during that time, during our class time. And this will be an opportunity for us to have a virtual paper workshop for your final narrative projects, which are coming due on the 27th of April. You'll also have a virtual workshop next Thursday as well, where I'll be available and all of that. Because this narrative project comes out to about 50% of your grade. So don't, kind of give up the ship, if you will, or kind of walk away from this final narrative project as we close out the semester. Because let's say you've been crushing the analysis and response assignments, right? Let's say you've been getting 18s out of 20s or something like that. But then your final narrative project doesn't meet the minimum requirements or something like that, and you fail it, let's say. I'm not saying you would. You all have great research ideas, but just for the sake of argument, right, this is worth about 50% of your grade. So then you finish out the semester with a C or something like that after you've been getting A's on the analysis and responses. So pay attention to the requirements for the project, read through the prompt, make sure your research is all completed, make sure you've read through the comments from the rough draft that I gave back weeks ago. And see where you could improve and all of that, and then reach out to me, because I don't want us to think that just because this final analysis and response is extra credit and I've been doing well, is I can kind of start to walk away from the class in this final, these final 2 weeks. That's not the case, because now is crunch time with this substantial project that you've been working on all semester. You've been working on this since January when you did your topic paragraphs and your topic proposal. You did, your source list, all of that. You've been doing this all semester, so don't waste that time that you had by just walking away from the project, because it is 50% of your grade. Now, I'll be releasing another video on how to submit this, You will be turning it in through Moodle, but then you will also have to upload it to TaskStream for outcomes assessment. We're not there yet. I will give an update on how to do that once we get closer to it. But really, just for this week, I suggest do the analysis and responses extra credit, go through these country music songs, which are so fun to listen to. And country music isn't my number one genre. Country pop, I should say. When we use the term country music today, we really mean this pop, rock kind of country, rather than the more traditional forms of country, which I love the traditional forms going way back. But the stuff that's on the radio today is more pop rockish kind of country. Not my favorite genre, but I like to listen to it for the themes that we can get from it, right? And especially as it relates to foreign policy, right? Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue is one song we'll be examining this week, and all of these ideas about, the relationship between music and foreign policy. So take some time to do it. It is a fun assignment. It's one of my favorite ones to think about, and it is the final one of the semester, and it is extra credit. However, do it, get the points, and then you'll have a good padding as we move forward for the final narrative project. Because if you remember, I didn't necessarily grade too strictly for grammar in the rough draft, but using the rubric that's on the syllabus, that's what I'll be using to grade these papers. And you've had that rubric available to you since January. So as you finish your final drafts, grade yourself using the rubric, right? And see, where you probably will be depending on the level of effort that you put into this and the amount of editing and research and all of that. So I'll send out this message, and then make sure you watch the crash course video, and then we'll just keep moving along as we finish out the semester. And I wanted to congratulate you all on doing excellent jobs on these various assignments we've had that we would normally be doing in class, as you got used to that. That you've been making this transition online, and I understand it's stressful and all of that. So I wanted to congratulate you on doing a great job, producing some excellent pieces of work, right? So good job, and just keep up the good work as we finish out the semester. And if you have any questions, as always, text me, email me, or whatever is easiest for you. But I'll get this posted, and then I'll send out a message.